So what's going on, YouTube? Happy Thursday. Man, I'm getting used to making these videos in my bed. It's nice and comfortable. But got a topic I want to talk about today, and I want to call this one Paycheck to Paycheck. I want to go over and talk about the speech, the culture with this way of thinking, and all those other things. But before I go into that, I got two things to talk about. First thing I'm going to talk about is this. So you guys know I was out of the country and I came back. So, the family was like, hey, let's go out and get something to eat or something like that and watch a basketball game. So the wife and I went out and we went out to eat. And man, when the bill came, it was like almost $40. And I'm just like, come on. Matter of fact, everybody's bill at the table, each person, it was like the couples, each person's bill together as a couple was about $40. And then I thought to myself, now if I would have took that $40 and bought a meal, if one couple would have took that $40, we all could have ate for about $20. And I just thought about it. It is such a waste of money to go out to eat. I mean, I remember when I was in Nepal, this one couple from South Korea, their restaurant was by our apartment. And every night, they would, not just every night, but lunchtime, dinner time, they would always eat a meal. And it was always a big meal. And they would never go out to eat. And it seemed like they would have such a more enjoyable time eating together than actually going out. And, I thought about that. In Nepal, I didn't have any, ways to cook or anything like that. So I was eating out a lot. But I looked at that lifestyle and I'm just like, wow, that's something that we as Americans or us in the Western world, we could actually practice. Whatever happened to eating at home and with the family and things of this nature, whatever, And I just missed that so much. So when I came back, my wife and I couldn't wait to just go ahead and start cooking. We were big fans of allrecipes.com. We got into that. And we've been cooking some great meals. Check that one out, allrecipes.com. So let me get into it. So I talked about that. Also, I want to thank you guys who, I'm teaching an Etsy class. It's www.etsy.com. I'm teaching this class, guys. If you want to go ahead and join, it's $25 per person. I'm going to teach you the ins and outs about this. It's kind of like the speed, it just puts you way ahead of the game. You don't have to do a lot of reading or things like that. You just go from beginning to expert in the course of an hour. So for those of you who are interested, please contact me. So now let's get to business. Paycheck to paycheck living. Let me ask you a question. I'm going to start off with a question. How many of you say things like this? Let's say it's a female. And she'll say something like, girl, I want to get these shoes next week, but I have to wait till I get paid. Or the guy will say something like, I want to go to this football game, but I have to wait until I get paid. When income tax comes, I'm going to buy that when my income tax arrive. I want to go ahead and get my income tax early so I can go get this. Does that speech sound kind of familiar? Are you a person that uses that kind of speech? Because let me tell you something right now. I'd say probably for about 10 years, I've never made a comment like that. I'm going to get such and such when I get paid. It just doesn't fit in my culture anymore. I want to get so far away from that thinking that it's ridiculous. I do not. See, here's the thing. You are what you think. There are some of you right now who are just a rock throw away from a disaster. You're living paycheck to paycheck and you need to stop it right now. That is not a responsible way to live. Because think about it. Some of you guys get raises. I've heard of people getting raises and they're out eating and they're saying, I'm celebrating because I got a raise. See, At that point, all of a sudden, whether you're celebrating, where you go out and buy yourself some new clothes or whatever it may be, you're already increasing your lifestyle to what you just got paid. See, these are some things we have to pay close attention to. Because my question is this: if you have friends that talk like this or think like this, get far away from them. Or if you yourself talk like this or think like this, stop today. Because you will forever be poor as long as you have this mentality. You cannot get ahead by planning for things with money you haven't even received yet. So what happens to that is, when the money comes, it's spent. It's spent before you get it. How is that healthy? But you wonder why you have stress in the household, why you always have just stress in life in general, and you and your spouse and you are always fighting over money. And then at the end of the month, you don't have any. So I'm going to say today, 2011, no more living like that. No more living paycheck to paycheck. That's not a sense of power. And I know some of you out there who are watching this video are in that situation. So if you are, let's talk about it. Spill your guts. Say where you're battling. There may be someone who can give you some advice. It's time today to stop living like that. This channel that I'm having right now is for wealth. Not just for you, for me also. Because some people think that I'm the guy that's behind the camera that's preaching to everybody. No, I'm preaching to myself. I'm the student also. I'm the student also. But I don't live that lifestyle. So let me just hear your thoughts and concerns and things like that on this topic. Are you one to live paycheck to paycheck? Are you one to think that, hey, the job that I have does not pay enough? That may not be the problem. It may be that your lifestyle is so high that the job is paying you okay, but your lifestyle is out of control. You see, here's another thing. I was getting ready to get off, but here's another thing. I want to say this. Some of you have a problem of having too many things. I like to live a life of nothing. I want to have a TV, a couch. I don't need all the other stuff. I don't need all the other knickknacks and paddywhacks and all this other stuff in the house. I don't need all of that. No, I want to have as less as possible. I want to live my life from now on as simple as possible. Get a few clothes, take care of them by Stay Flow Starch, for those of you who like to go to cleaners. Hang my clothes up and just take care of what I have. I don't need to go to the mall every week. I don't need to go to the mall every 6 months. I want to get a couple items of clothing and take care of those. Because by living a simple life, that will give me more money for the future to invest in something that will give me passive income for the rest of my life. That's what I'm betting on. So I'm not going to talk too long, guys. I think we have enough out there right now to get some response back. So let me know where you're at. Let me know if there's someone that you know that lives a life like this. And let's start the debate. So until next time, signing off.